I am Konrad Woelffer. I am the sales manager for Wisconsin here with Sappi North America.
So, Conrad, what drew you to a career in the paper industry?
So I grew up in the industry. There's a select few out there that got to do that as well, grow up in it. My dad's in merchant sales still down in Dallas, Texas. So I'm born and raised Dallas, Texas, and that's how I got into the industry by getting to know it through him and interning with his company down there and getting to learn about getting to learn about the ins and outs of the business. And so as I got towards the end of my college career, I was kind of looking at what I wanted to do. And I always knew paper was something I wanted to do in the back of my mind, but I just didn't know how to approach it or which way to approach it. So, through college, I actually got to intern with Sappi, and I got to work at the Somerset Mill in Maine as an intern in the human resource department, helping them out with minor projects, but also getting to give tours of the mill at Somerset. So they saw how much I enjoyed the mill, how much I enjoyed the company, and my passion for the industry and paper. And they asked me to do sales with them, and that's where I got brought on into the Chicago market and slowly worked my way into Wisconsin. And I've been here for coming up on 5 years now. So I got into it through family, and it's been a lot of fun, and it continues to be a great industry to be in.
So, what would you say drives your passion for the work that you do?
So being in sales, I find my passion by being able to help my customers and helping my customers find solutions. I think that's what motivates me every day, and getting to talk to people and understanding their business, their goals, what drives them. That's what really drives me, is how can I help someone else be successful. And that's kind of what sales is how do I help others be more successful at what they do, and how do I provide a solution that creates efficiencies within their business. So that's really what drives me. And it's really the people bit of it as well. I really like connecting with my customers and other people within the industry and getting to talk to them, know their story, and know how can I be better by learning from them, and what can I do to improve my processes or improve our company by learning from them. So it's a a cumulative search for how can I be the best at what I do, and how can I overall better the business and my customer's business. So that's what drives me. And plus it's just a challenge as well. I like the challenge of going out and trying to find that solution, or trying to find how we can make the next sell, or how can we manage this more effectively. That's what is a ton of fun for me.
I know we're slowly but surely emerging out of the pandemic, getting back to normal, but can you speak to any supply chain disruptions that maybe you have observed or others have observed as a result of the pandemic?
Yeah, so when it comes to like supply chain disruption, I think you'll see a number of different topics or reasons why we're experiencing issues, but I try to break it down as general as possible. And when you look at our supply chain, it's like stopping a train. You stop a train on a dime, that thing's going to create a number of backlogs, and it's going to come off the track. So it's going to take us a while to get that train back to full throttle. And so I think that's really what we're experiencing right now. You can't stop something that quickly, and now we're just trying to work our way out of it. And so that's kind of what we're experiencing right now. And I really see that it's going to be a slow process, and I think it needs to be a slow process to make sure we don't run into any more kinks or anything anything pops up. It's got to be a slow process to get that train back to full speed. So that's how I would break it down to anybody that's curious. And then there's obviously tons of things you can go on LinkedIn, or you can go on you can ask other industry resources, but that's how I explain it, just for the simplicity sake of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Yeah.
can you speak to any trends that you've observed in the industry as well? Where it is now, where do you think it's going in the next few years?
Yeah, so I think a lot of the trends, prior to 2020, a lot of what the industry offered is a variety of, solutions for customers. And, I think you're going to see, customers and mills and printers offering, new and creative ways to get that final product out to customers. And so really understanding what we have to work with now and what our, customers have to work with, how do we provide, the ultimate end user with something that they want and something that they can use and turn around to their customers. And so I would say some of the trends that I observed, prior, we're, obviously in a world where digital is growing more and more. And so, that was a big part of it, but I see that as going to be so much more. And with that, I think run speeds are going to be something that we should watch for, something that, can be on and off the press, quicker than it already is. It's something that people are going to want because obviously now we're working with, a finite amount of resources. And so how can we take that finite and get it out the door quicker or have more variable change to our product to, overall be more effective with what we're offering to the market. So, my biggest thing is speed, and we'll see how some of the technology out there develops where we can get things running faster, running, more impressions an hour, whatever it may be. I think speed is the biggest thing. And obviously the digital obviously is going to be where that comes from. And, I would like to see where, other innovations pop up as well. That's the other thing about sales. You're always learning about new innovations that customers are coming up with and other technology that some of these, Heidelbergs, HPs, Konicas, Ricos are all coming up with. I think that's also the interesting part to it as well.
How do you anticipate the industry, general business operations, like you mentioned, technologies changing as we continue to adapt in our new normal?
I think that's the thing that we're doing right now is we are adapting to the environment that we're in. It's always changing at the moment. And I would say that we're adapting by, just being able to pivot quicker, just being able to, work quicker, be able to, provide a solution that you may not have much time to act on. It's all about speed in this industry right now and how fast can we react. And so I would say that's the tough thing, that we never want it to be reactive to, market conditions. You always want it to be, preemptive and, be ready for an issue. Now it's the really reactive type market. Is how can we react the quickest to something that we've got, and how can our customers react? So I would say the best way to adapt is by being able to react quickly.
So, do you think that we'll live in that reactive world forever?
I don't think it's forever. I think it's something that, like the train comment I made, it's something that we're going to work our way out of. I think we are going to, come back to a point in time where we're able to, plan accordingly, have, ourselves set up for the future, and, a number of our customers too, and just make sure we're in a position where we are able to plan ahead rather than to be reactive all the time.